All right, we're here at the NAMM 2023. I've got Marich Music here. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. Good to hear.
First time at NAMM for sure. Having a blast so far. Brought my 13-year-old son with me, so we've just been strolling around, trying to get friendly with rock stars, and yeah. So
We get to meet face to face, put a face to that voice on the phone that takes care of everything. So it's nice to meet everyone in person.
I'm here definitely checking out to see if there's some brands that I can get in on the ground floor with, bringing some new product into the shop. So I'm hoping to make some connections with that. So.
There's a lot of educational sessions that I go to. There's so much information. Our store is out kind of in the middle of nowhere, and you feel like this tiny little island. And when you come here, it's like, okay, I'm not alone anymore. It's really important and refreshing.
So far, I've met with Reverend Guitars, which I'm excited about, and then Chapman Guitars, and spent a little bit of time up at the Yamaha booth. They got quite an operation going on up there too.
Other companies that I've started doing business with, this is where I find them. I don't call a company out of thin air and just say, hey, I want to do something. Every business decision I make really comes around, centers around the NAMM show.
What are some of the hottest products in your store as of right now?
We've always done really well with used pedals. That hasn't died out. I kind of expected it to wane a little bit, but people are still really hot for some of the boutique pedal stuff that's out there. And there's so many out there right now. It's a lot of fun bringing that stuff in and experimenting with stuff and introducing people to new things. So.
I know that during 2020 we had some supply chain issues. Is that something you're still feeling the effects from?
Not as much now. I feel like companies kind of shifted the way they were doing business. It used to be very much, we're not keeping a lot of stuff in our warehouse. We wait till we have a bunch of orders, and then we place those orders. And yeah, they'll be 6 to 8 weeks out, but that has obviously changed. People are going back to realizing the importance of having stock on U.S. soil in warehouses. So I think, I think over the next few years, distributors, manufacturers, and stores are going to kind of rebalance that, and I think that's a good thing.
What are some of the key features that you're using with Music Shop 360 that's helped your business?
Okay, so the number one thing absolutely is the band instrument rental module. It changed everything when people could go online and just reserve it. And even when someone comes in the store, we have a kiosk right there. They do it all through the internet. I get a text message right on my watch as soon as someone rents an instrument saying, you have a new web order. I can look at it. If I'm not, I'm out here right now, I call the store and I say, hey, did you see that? See, we have another rental? Yeah, I'm on it. And and they're going and prepping the instrument and getting everything ready. So that was a huge thing, not having to go through every month and, okay, who's paid, who hasn't paid. That whole thing is automated, and that saved me so many hours. To me, your software is worth it. The price of that software is less than what it would have cost me in labor to manage all that. So for me, it's a big win. Yeah.
The POS has been a real step up. It just saves us the effort from having to figure out marketing, and so it's just a very nice flow.
We've had nothing but good things to say and good experience with being a user of that so far. I think primarily the integrations aspect, first and foremost with Reverb, especially when we first opened up and there wasn't as much recognition of who we were as a store, being able to have our products on Reverb kept us going, especially when we had to close doors for pandemic, to have that online presence still up and running during all that. We probably had not only survived but thrived during that time with those integrations and having our online presence with Music Shop 360.
We've had it for 5 years now. We were one of the first ones to do it. So we've watched it grow and we feel like we're part of the team.
The shop work orders have been really super helpful as well. We were traditionally, pen and paper, keeping track of stuff with, carbon copy receipts for people's repairs, and now we're able to, take notes in the system itself, give them a, running estimate of what repairs are going to cost, and then print out a much more official looking and legible document that spells out what the repair is going to be. So that's been super helpful and help us keeping track of everything. So
Do you like the changes that you've seen with our newest release of work orders, like maybe the text messaging functionality that's right there in the work orders?
the text messaging is phenomenal.
A few years back, there were some features that I wanted that you guys didn't have. I was using my music staff. All of a sudden, you guys had an integration for my music staff. I'd been using QuickBooks. All of a sudden, the new QuickBooks.
So I am just now signed on to start using your guys' payment system. That had been a wish list for me. Now that that's offered, I'm super excited to get that up and running. As soon as I can get that switched on, it'll be really nice just to have everything again. Just I think in a one invoice, one place for everything, and a little bit more transparent compared to what I'm used to for payment processing. So.
What advice would you give to someone who's thinking about starting up their own music store?
Go to Music Shop 360 for sure.
It saves you so much time in labor. It pays for itself. It really does.
I always call the customer support like the minute I run into something, and they're always really helpful.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate you coming out here and visiting our booth. And hey, have a phenomenal rest of your NAMM.
Thank you.
You take care.